strong tri-lane that could potentially even go aggressive, and Cloud9 going to be banning out the PA, which is another really nice synergy with heroes like Magnus. You get the Empower, Elder Titan. We've seen actually VP Classic were the team who ran that to pretty good success, I would say.
Yeah, BZZ playing on the PA, and of course,
he one-shot the opponent's carry or mid at some
he
point.
killed the enemy Void in a few swings, yes.
He also one-shot a slug when it was VP versus VP Classic.
That's what I
VP
remember.
Polar versus VP Classic. He hit for 2,200 damage and instantly killed.
The Medusa.
Surely Finette gonna play up on the Medusa. They have nice heroes around the Medusa to protect her, but they don't have something like Vengeful, so you can't go hyper aggressive. But Ravage and RP, even Stomp from Elder Titan, very good spells to throw in to protect her.
I think if you remove the Medusa, VP Polar's lineup has the potential to win any kind of team fight up to mid-late game. And I mean, that's kind of the perfect situation where the Medusa is going to be. She doesn't need to rush anything. The team doesn't need her. I mean, ignore the 5th hero from Cloud9. You look at those 4 heroes versus those 4 heroes, and unless you get horribly initiated upon, VP Polar will have a good advantage on the team fights.
I would say so, but if Cloud9 do end up last picking the Drow, we've talked at length about how this lineup functions, and more or less it's just the laning phase is your game. Like, that's where you want to win, that's where you want to get your advantage, and sometimes you can win the laning phase so hard just by having that combination of heroes that even a team that's very teamfight centric is still going to be hard pressed to find the good engagements that they want. So we'll see if Cloud9 end up going that route or if they decide to pick something different.
They did not max out the aura last time they played it though, so they didn't really bank on the laning phase that hard, of maxing out the Frost Arrows instead. And when you have so many range heroes to benefit from it, I think that was maybe a mistake from them. But in this game, they have the options. Of course, Drow, she would be decent here. They're gonna pick her in the end. So a nice way to get the Venomancer, because I think if they pick Drow, Veno, we mentioned it last time, it would be a very, very good pick into a Drow strat. Now they pick Veno first and still get their combo.
Well, I think it's just teams knowing that Cloud9 do it. I mean, when you have Venge and Visage, and the Drow is still on the table, you kind of have to assume in the back of your mind, it's like, okay, this is probably going to happen, right? So it's just teams not being scared of it anymore, because VP just showed that they can beat it handedly, right?
Yeah.
And VP Polar now playing up against it. Are we thinking maybe they're just as prepared as VP Classic?
Well, the thing is that even in the game that C9 lost against VP, I would not say it was, you know, an outdraft or anything like that. The laning stage just crumbled and they didn't function so well around that. Maybe they have talked to each other now, prepared a little bit, made up their mind about what's really important, and gone into this game, where again, the laning stage looks to be there, and Drow peaks really hard around the, like, 25 to 45 minute in the game. Not necessarily super late game, but you can definitely take some racks early if you get an advantage. Okay,
so here we have VP Polar and C9. C9 Bone 7 is leveling Firefly level 1 and quickly going there to place that ward. We have Pilot is going to be playing the Vengeful Spirit. Fada is going to be on that Venomancer Aoi 2000 on his trademark Visage. And finally, Eternal Envy playing the Drow Ranger.
Yeah, and then on the side of VP Polar, we got F&G going to be playing on the Elder Titan. Bottom, we're going to have Tidehunter being played by DK Phobos. Middle lane, it's going to be Mag playing on Mag. Who would have thought? Yeah, somewhere towards the woods here, we got Skywrath Mage being played by Lil. And then finally, we're going to have Illidan playing on the Medusa.
Do you think if your name is similar to a hero, you'd try hard on that hero?
Well, like I mean, S4's real name, his last name is Magnuson.
Yeah, Magnuson.
Right? So I think there's some synergy there.
Stuff Magnuson. Yeah,
his mag is pretty impressive.
I'm gonna talk to Icefrog and tell him to make a hero called like Draskul or something very close to Draskil.
Is it going to be a Pharaoh? Because I think that's pretty much what it has to be, right?
I know, right? Yeah. We'll see. Well, I mean, you already have Oracle, which is essentially to your likeness.
I still don't see it. Like, some things I can honestly see, like the whole Heisenberg thing, fine, I get that. But it's a blue time wizard.
Yes, that's what you are.
You're all about it still. I mean,
I guess so.
Let's be real.
Buy with the block on the ancient camp, and DK Phobos, you will have to invest something if he wants to stack this camp, and otherwise he's going to be facing a lane that's going to be really, really hard for him.
Yeah, let's see if the enemy pick up on the fact that he's letting the range creep go first here. What you can do is run up and stop the range creep by putting one of your supports. They're gonna do just that with Aoi. This may seem like such a small play in like a viewer's eye maybe, but this changes everything, really.
Well,
now
it's
they
still
could take it
attacking
back.
the range grip.
No, it's still fine.
Okay.
Like that little move right there actually won the lane, like the first 1 or 2 waves. Meanwhile, top, some bully on the Bone 7.
And yeah, I mean, both lanes will secure farm for the carry. The problem is that draw range is gonna kick in before the Medusa comes. So if both get equally good open farm, then suddenly C9 is going to create much more of an impact than VP Polar will be able to.
They have a timing window, and of course, team fight, VP Polar are really strong. But looking over to
punch.
trades. But looking over to what C9 are drafting, they have Batrider, they have Vengeful, they have the heroes that can pick off here and there. Not necessarily looking for big team fights, just skirmishes, right?
Yeah. And in the mid lane, this is going to be okay for both. I mean, Mag will be able to bottle Crow, but he will miss waves because Fada is going to push a lot. But we don't expect to see any deaths here.
Probably not. I mean, the only way I can see somebody dying outside of a rotation is if Mag gets like a good skewer into tower range or something, which would require a rune. So I don't know if we're going to see any of this here. And I mean, Cloud9, they're going to be happy with the laning phase, I think. But this lineup is very based around being able to get the map control very quickly. And then having Batrider to back it up just means that you're going to have good pick potential. When you get a pick, you basically kill a tower, I think.
Good job by Bone 7 as well, running into jungle. He stacked both camps at once with Batrider right there. As he cleared the trees, it becomes a little bit easier to do so.
He got some golems though. He might be happy about that.
Yeah, they were already there, so it was more like, give me anything else, not the golems.
Yeah, I mean, a year ago that changed. You remember when you could like stack golem and get more golems and more golems?
Dear God.
It was a nightmare. But hey, at least Chen can control them now. That's a little bit of something.
Poor Chen. That's like the most redundant buff ever. It's like, okay, you can get, this creep now.
This creep now, it's kind of good at pushing because you can.
I feel bad for Chen. Honestly, have we seen a single Chen game since Phase 2 even started?
I don't think I've seen a Chen game in much longer than that.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen Chen in 682 in general, but hey.
Yeah, I talked to Ake about it, and Ake was like, well, I want to play Chen, but he's just so bad.
It is.
Just a bad hero right now.
It really is. So we see the levels. It's pretty even right now. Drow getting level 4 is kind of huge, but Ryder being level 1 is a little bit of a concern, especially now that DK Phobos is probably going to try and de-ward. But good job zoning out. Oh yeah, he's gonna stack and realize, wait, there's no ancient here. Get me a de-ward.
DK Phobos is definitely gonna struggle here, being harassed so well out of lane, sitting at 0 CS and just level 2.5. Has to go into jungle and try and get something there. But he's gonna fall behind to Batrider, I believe. Even though Bat is also struggling, he has a lot of stacks going up now.
Yeah.
And much stronger at killing those stacks.
He's gonna catch up for sure. But again, now he rotates to the jungle.
Can he get a double stack once again? That would be really, really big for him, actually.
We'll see. And as the 352 mark comes, he's gonna hit 1, then he's gonna hit 2, and
I think he got it.
Yeah, I think he did it. That's it. Da 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 da.
Oh, he missed one, but
missed one. Nice try.
Almost. I mean, honestly, just stacking a large camp is enough, and just having one extra medium camp to kill is going to be putting him, I would say, maybe halfway to his Blink Dagger, somewhere around there. So, I mean, it's a lot about the experience, too. He's only level 2.
Oh, look at Lil Hardy coming in here, but also Mag.
Might be a first blood here. Mag has to be careful. He secures good sleep right there. Mag is going to run away, but now it's Fada that's in trouble. He's getting hit a lot. Oh, that shockwave actually connects. And the blocks from Little. That's a first blood for Little. Great job, man. Right there. Blocking and getting the kill on Fada.
Yeah. Lil actually plays really well on Skywrath. We've seen him be unstoppable several times.
Oh, wait.
He might
He's
get
hungry
more.
for more. Oh, one more hit.
Oh,
He got
gets
it.
the
He
vision.
got it. Double kill for Little.
That's the ward that they had down there to the south, actually revealed.
Yeah.
Because the vision from Concussive was already gone, so I'm like, how did you get that? But he still got it.
Had the vision, and well, if you want to see it in a positive way, I guess space created for the Drow, but not really, because if you compare the Drow to the Medusa, Medusa is 11 last hit ahead. How did that happen in a lane that had no contest?
I think there is no contest, right? So there's just been an outfarm. Slightly, the fact that Shirley Finette is pushing his lane, he has killed off more creeps as well, whereas Envy has 3 that he has to kill right now. But even then, it's a big gap.
Yeah. And yeah, VP Polar starting looking good, getting more farm on the carry. The mid lane, well, the mid laner for C9 died, and the support's getting 2 kills. I mean, that you can't ask for a better start, do you?
I mean, honestly, for VP Polar, I think if it goes to the ultra late game, they clearly have the advantage. Like double Ravage, double RP, a Medusa, and an Elder Titan. I think Cloud9 are actually the ones who are pressured to make more happen in the early game, and they've already given up 2 kills. So honestly, if I were Cloud9, I would be feeling the pressure right now.
Yeah, and that ward spots everything, so nothing to do. The Elder Titan rotated bottom. He's like, well, might as well get here, annoy a little bit, get maybe a little bit of farm. There's no need for the Medusa to be protected because Bone 7 decided to go to the jungle. So like distributing the support is really important right now. It's going to get them levels, it's going to get them some farm.
Yeah, he has to get this, but as you said, Andy, you would probably feel a little bit pressure as Cloud9, but you know your timing window is around like 25 to 45 or at least 40 minutes, where you should be a lot stronger if the game has been fairly even. And as much as VP Polar were ahead there, it's still very even trades. Drow is free farming, Fada has been doing really well on mid lane in terms of farm, but he did get first spotted as well. It's not really going either team's way so far.
We'll see. And Venomancer with a haste rune, he might make something happen. Of course, he doesn't skill level 6 ultimate. We've seen a few Venomancers not do that. Just because the level 2 on Poison Sting is good and you want to max the wards.
Yeah.
And I mean, unless you're going for Arcane Boots, you might not have the mana.
It's an understatement saying that level 2 Poison Sting is good, because it like more than triples the damage output from Poison Sting.
Yeah.
And also increases the slow.
Yeah, so. It is really good.
I really like the fact that they actually transitioned Fat to top, because normally you would sit mid with your Venomancer and you would trade farm with the Mag, but getting Aoi to level 6 is extremely important if you want to be able to get any sort of kills going. The birds are going to be instrumental in being able to secure early damage, and right now the only stun they had was the VS up until Lasso was available with a Blink Dagger on Bone 7, which he is very close to. He's going to have it when he goes back to base, so 8-minute Blink, considering he was level 1 or 2 at like 3 minutes in, something like that.
Yeah.
Not a bad recovery.
That's the magic of stacking. He doesn't have a bottle though.
Even with getting mud golems as well, so showing how much you can get in the jungle. And as you said, he will probably go back for the bottle afterwards, but he has an unexpectedly fast Blink Dagger for a guy who was not on his lane at all.
Yeah, and again, it all comes down to, oh, this might be a kill, because if Bone 7 comes here, is he going to try and kill a courier? No, he runs away. The haste will wear off. Nothing much accomplished there. And it's FNG with a DD rune that wants to take control of the bottom lane.
Yeah, he did D-ward, so that's nice for him. And meanwhile, of course, Tide has just been farming up a lot as well in the jungle. So he's going for mana boots on Tide. Just pick up the arcane or the energy booster.
Draw Ranger with the mass Wraith Band build.
Here comes the attempt on mid. Mag gets caught and pulled back here. Should just be dead.
Yeah, this is dead Mag. Whoop. Nothing to do, and immediately the TP comes stock and they try to make something happen. Here comes the ultimate. He actually manages to... No, he doesn't kill. Skywrath Mage TPs away, and Shilifanet, or Illidan, spending an ultimate there, but still alive, still 66 CS, 9 minutes into the game. That Dusa farm is insane, yo.
Yeah. I don't know, it seems like he's going for the first item Linken's, which it does block a couple of useful things, but I don't know if there was any better choice for him in this particular situation.
I think she might be scared, or maybe she's thinking, if I don't get initiated by Bad Rider, I can't get killed.
Yeah, that is a pretty good thought process. I still do like going for the casual Yasha, though, a lot of the time, just because when you have phase, your attack speed is so abysmal, and Medusa's animation is not that great.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of the more average ones, I would say, in Dota 2, so...
I'm actually against the Linken's in many cases, but in this case, I think it's pretty warranted to rush it against the Bat Rider, because he has his Blink Dagger already. He can already start ganging you, so getting Linken's up as soon as possible is not a bad thing. And Vengeful is also nice to block.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, we see the, of course, triple Wraith Band build and treads on Drow Ranger as popularized.
Okay, I want to see, it's going to be 10 minutes, and how much? Is it 73? 73? Yes, 73 CS. So what's the maximum you can get? 83?
Well, actually, the timer is 10:30 because the 10-minute creep wave spawns at 10 minutes, and you won't kill it until 30 seconds.
Oh, okay.
So if he actually got all 4 CS, he would have 77, which is 5 short of perfect. But that's not assuming he killed any jungle creeps, right?
Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen. I thought the supports were killing the jungle creeps, but maybe. Impressive by Illidan right there. Things like that can win you the game. especially when you're playing a hero so farm intensive as Medusa. You're not gonna hit like a 10-minute Battle Fury like Anti-Mage does, but just having a slow and steady early game where you get everything you want will make you scale so fast once you get to that second item.
Yeah, I like what C9 are doing though, putting up the Fata on top lane with his Venomancer, because he can spam down the wards, and that way they can also farm on top lane, whereas normally you would not be able to get anything up here if you just leave the Dusa unattended. And this frees up mid lane for Aoi, who has been farming up to level 7 as well. So just a matter of how you switch lanes and how you use your heroes, really. Also using illusions to keep himself safe. But same thing on VP Polar, switching down their support Elder Titan to bottom lane, farming up him.
Yeah, and now it's all about the Bad Rider, right? Because he's the guy that can make things happen. No one in VP Polar is at a strength level that they can solo kill, but Bad Rider with a good jump and just the assist of one support can make the game happen. Always Magnus is pretty far away from the Blink Dagger yet, so nothing to be scared right now for C9. If Bad Rider gets a good pick on, say, the Medusa, then might be a kill, and here it comes. Is it enough? There's a silence, there's a lot of damage, but geez, this is a tanky Medusa, and still not enough.
Yeah, and Ravage being blown just defensively here as DK Phobos has to run away. Wasted Ravage as they probably will be able to take the tower no matter what here.
Is he dead?
No,
he's not
no.
He's not dead.
He's gonna be just fine. They might
If
even
the poison
respect
sting
a little
hits
bit.
him, is he dead? No.
It's only a level 2 sting, so it doesn't do that much damage.
Anyways, that's a good pick-off. That's exactly what C9 needed to do right there, because Bad Rider is such a tempo important hero that if they don't stop the Medusa, they will go completely out of control. Now they're going for Lil, and he actually dies. They lose a bird, but I mean, the cooldown is there. Good trade. C9 putting themselves 3-2, and this looks so much better. We talked about how important objectives was. Let's see if they can take a tower.
Yeah, trying to go for top tower. Meanwhile, they're sieging mid as well, so a lot of pressure to deal with. And VP Polar without Ravage are pretty hard pressed in this. Not too easy to defend.
Yeah. Mag is level 9, which means he has the maximum amount of burst damage that he can get with the Shockwave, the Skewer, and the RP. So he might be able to take one of the support heroes if he finds himself in the jungle. Again, he doesn't really want to fight right now. He wants to get that Blink Dagger. And once that happens, VP Polar might have an answer. For now, it's Bad Rider's game.
I really think that behind RP and Ravage, it's going to be exceptionally difficult for Bone 7 to find these initiations if VP start 5-manning, which I don't really think is too much out of the question. When you have Elder Titan and you have these mass teamfight AoE abilities and Medusa to back it up, like, you actually want to 5-man at some stage. It's just a matter of, can Cloud9 accomplish what they need to with their draft while VP Polar is still trying to farm?
Oh, they see Batrider here with the ward. They saw him first. Can they go on him?
Are they going to jump on DK Phobos? No. Oh, the Spirit actually disables the Blink Dagger. There's going to be a concussive shot. There's going to be a Medusa Wiggly Worm, and Mag has to run away. No RP yet. As the heroes start running away and nothing happened. I was expecting something to happen, but no, everyone just backed away and decided not to fight.
Yeah.
Now round 2 comes.
Disengage is real here. Anchor Smash doing tons of damage towards the birds. Aoi has to be careful with his micro there. Not gonna have birds now for 80 seconds.
Yeah, but in the meantime, E just playing his game, pushing that mid tower.
Yeah.
There was a little bit of pressure. They force everyone from Virtus Pro Polar going to that top lane, and Eternal Envy in the meantime sneakily taking that tower.
Yeah, 5-man Dota is fine for VP Polar, but C9 are also happily just accepting that. If you split up your opponent when you have this type of draft, that's your purpose. That's why you pick Batrider, so enemy has to go 5.
Yeah.
Envy's actually going back to his roots here as well in terms of like overall Drow build. Sure, he's got the triple Wraith band, but he does opt to go for a Blink Mask of Madness. This is something that he actually popularized some time ago, and Smoke actually
MLG
going to be revealed
yeah.
there.
Back during MLG LAN, he played it a little bit, and even with Chen back then, sending him back, and they played Clinks and did the same thing with both Drow and Clinks, I believe.
Yeah, that is correct. And right now, Aoi is going to go for Rod of Aoi right now instead of rushing the Acceptor, I think. At least he has a Vitality Booster, which is an indication of that. What do you think of this build, as opposed to just rushing the Scepter and putting more pressure?
I think it's amazing against Adusa.
Yeah.
Like just clicking it on her.
It's good against the entirety of VP Polar, actually. Like, the only person who's likely to get BKB is going to be Mag, and he's not going to get it until after he has a few core items first. Like, Blink BKB on Mag seems kind of weakish, in my opinion. You kind of want Force Staff too, at the very least, because otherwise you're not just killing yourself when you initiate. So, I don't know. I think, like, it's really good and if you get momentum with it, which Cloud9 seem to be doing a pretty good job of right now, you can very quickly get an Aghanims after the fact. Like, you're probably going to have most of the map control, I would say, if you're Cloud9, unless you start taking some really botched team fights.
Also, the stats you get from it are pretty amazing, to be honest. 25 int and 350 HP is a lot of stuff to work with for a Visage, so gonna allow him to spam even more in a team fight.
Oh, okay, they're waiting for something here. Bone7 and Eternal Lemby up to some antics. They see Mag, they get the initiation of Mag, he's dead.
He's straight up dead. Whenever they get a solo pool like that and they have Drow nearby, that's an easy pick.
Yeah, nothing to do right there, and things starting to get a little bit dire. If you look at the farm, Envy's farm is getting out of control. Yes, Illidan had a great farming game, early game, but they're not taking any towers. And I was going to say slowly, but this is not even slowly. This is just so fast. Okay, he got 200 gold from the birds, which
Aoi
is
nice. Having a hard time keeping his birds alive against the Tide and the Medusa bottom. Drow Ranger getting an aggressive pick on FNG with the Blink Dagger. Did not expect that play.
Well, I guess that's what happens when you have this type of farm this early game and you're going in against a Elder Titan who's only level 7 and has basically no method of stopping you.
Yeah.
It's very easy to dodge Stomp when you have Mask of Madness.
And there's not that much counter initiation as well coming out from VP Polar. They have Skywrath who could maybe TP there and punish, but still, the TP out from Envy was very quick.
Yeah, and Mag now waiting. He hasn't used any RP yet.
No, he has tried though. He tried to get it earlier on. He's got to check for Roshan, but of course Envy did back to bait. Almost full Aghanim Scepter now on Fada. He has rushed this item every single time, I believe, that he played Venomancer. And it's a really, really potent item to have.
It is really scary. Once you get, I mean, against that team, against any team, when you pop the Ag Scepter at level 11 or at level 16, everyone's HP just disappears. You know what? I'm looking forward. If it was not that Warlock was such a weak hero overall, I really, really miss the Fatal Bonds Poison Nova combo.
Because it comes lethal all of a sudden?
Yes,
of course.
And it does pretty much double the damage.
Yeah, well, also the fact that it can deal killing damage, so the only one who can't die to it is the last guy to tick down.
Right.
So if you get it on 5 guys, 4 of them will die and the tankiest will survive. It's very beautiful.
Yeah, it is. Maybe in the future. For now, VP Polar just... You know, you see them right now and they're not farming, they're not doing anything, they're just trying to protect themselves from pickoffs and finding some pickoffs of your own. Now that they have Ravage and RP together, this might be the best choice.
Yeah, they gotta try and go on Fada, get a nice RP and skewer him back.
Nice silence.
Yeah,
that's good.
They do use quite a lot for it, but RP for solo kills is perfectly fine. Ravage is probably a spell we want to hold on to a little bit more, especially as you have Blink Dagger on Tide now. Question is, can you do something with it? Obviously buy time for Medusa to farm up, but are you actually going to take an objective?
The thing is, Venomancer actually spent his money and got his Ag Scepter before the death, so that death came mostly for free. So aside from getting the Venomancer outside for half a minute, VP Polar just didn't accomplish too much right now. C9 is still farming, they're not scared, they're like, oh well, one less ultimate to worry about, we can be a little bit more aggressive even. And for the first time in 18 minutes, this camp is actually dewarded. Yeah. And they made a great job on making sure that no one can catch up, not the TIE Hunter, not the Medusa on those agents. And props to C9, because that was amazing play.
Yeah, Pylai Dai has been on top of his warding. Right now though, a lot of wards down for VP Polar, so information is there for them. They see that Pylai Dai is running into their jungle, they're gonna go and try to counter it as well. Tide doesn't spot him yet.
Yeah, he's gone. Yeah, he's gone.
That damage though.
Yeah.
Holy cow, I almost killed him.
That's a very slow TP because he tried to TP bottom and he was the third one to TP there. So
okay, yeah. For a moment I was like, well, he's gone. No, he's not. He's gone. No. Oh, okay, he's gone.
All right, well, C9 looking to push here. They got everyone here. Bone7's got his bots, his Force Staff, and Blink Daggers. So whoever he catches, more or less, is going to be dead. And even with the Tide Hunter actually having his Ravage up, he can't
for it.
TP.
He's checking. He's going to find someone.
Being sneaky at the same time. I mean, this is not just a push. This is a push and a Roshan at the same time. DD Rune over on Envy. He is kind of disengaged from it. He's so close to killing it and no one is there, but he got scared of the Elder Titan. I believe he scouted it.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, the Elder Titan just definitely saw him there.
This is a very awkward scenario when you bring down Roshan to like 2,500 HP and both teams know about it.
Yeah, I mean, and now RP is back online. Everything is up online.
Yeah, but with C9's lineup, I think they're still favorites to take a Roshan fight just because of Blink, Boot to Travel, and Force Staff on a Bat Rider. He could potentially make it 4v5 and then secure Rosh.
Yeah, but I mean, who do you take off? That's the thing, right? I mean, if you remove the Magnus, there's still a TIE Hunter. Vice versa also applies. I mean, you can't really jump the TIE Hunter and expect to get away with it because he will pop the Ravage anyways. It might be a factor of how much Bipolar can burst, and I think C9 doesn't want to risk it.
Yeah, C9 get a good ward there on the Roshan pit, getting some crucial vision around it. Of course, they still have the birds to work with as well, but VP Polar, this is as expected, a pretty slow, steady approach around the Roche pit when it gets this low. Bone 7 gonna split push top, he has travels, so he can join whenever.
Yeah.
So their plan is to shove this creep wave into a tier 2 tower, but maybe VP Polar could catch them first.
Oh, this is such an obvious way though. You see the Medusa there and no one else, and like, something's going on here. Oh, he sees, he blinks, you know, cancels the RP, he's silenced actually. He's silenced out of the RP, Mag is gonna die. Nice sleep from the Elder Titan, now there comes everything. Oh, the Ravage and the RP and everything together. Is there gonna die? Ah, my god, Aoi is the last one to go, he's gonna go, but now he is the cleanup crew and he will come with Bone 7. Shirley Finette running away. Everyone else from VP Polar is there. Shirley Finette is gonna TP away. There's no flame break. He is a flame break.
AoE stuff being used. They do go down. Full team wipe, and of course, with Mask Madness, Drow Ranger just hang straight into the pit as well. And with 17-second respawn on the fastest one, this is gonna be a Roshan for sure for C9.
Yeah, look at the Venomancer damage was insane in that teamfight recap. He just got 4-5 man Poison Nova, I wanna say. And with that, it just destroyed everyone. Once you are in there, you have to finish the team fight soon, or you cannot win. And because Eternal Envy was not there at the beginning of the team fight, it was like, well, easy pickings for me.
And honestly, that was even with a 3-man RP and a 4-man Ravage. So very impressive strength by C9.
I think it was a lot of the fact that Mag actually blinked into no vision, right?
Yeah.
Like he blinked, he saw Envy there, but he didn't want to go for a solo RP, so he canceled, and then he got
No, he didn't cancel. He actually, he was casting it and he got silenced by Envy.
Are you sure? Because I thought I saw the animation 2 times. Maybe I was mistaken.
Oh, maybe. I saw him, the animation, and then I saw him silenced, so maybe I was like...
Either way, it would have been a solo man RP right there, and it might not have been enough.
Oh, little, you're dead.
Oh, he might not have the vision that he needs. Oh,
no, he does. Oh, yeah. Oh, that range, though.
Skewer into the tower here. Envy going to be losing the Aegis. Bone 7 comes in. He didn't actually last, so they're going to kill Mag regardless. Here comes the ulti from Illidan. Pylai die frozen under the tower. They're going to have to turn around here. Aoi is actually frozen as well. Can VP Polar get something going for themselves right now? Lincoln's is now broken. Bone 7 goes in. He gets the lasso off. Pylai die. He's got one more stun. There's no mana shield active on Illidan. He gets dropped. He had full mana when he died there. They're going to end up losing Envy for this.
Again, cleanup crew.
Taking some birds right now. He has 1600 HP. He just can't die.
And now DK Phobos is the last one, and Farah is there. DK Phobos is their second team wipe in a row for Cloud9. Cloud9, 15-8, completely taking control of this game. That Medusa is suddenly not scary if they die twice in a row.
Yeah, very impressive how long they can just play around them. And there's no key target on C9. Yeah, you go on Drow and you kill her, but there's still so much damage coming out from this Venomancer. And of course, Visage is just throwing bombs all the fights long. And he's getting really, really rich right now as well. Closing up on Anagonims, which I fear is going to feed more birds though, because he has died with a lot of them this game.
Does it matter though, with that much of an advantage, if VP Polar wants to try and focus on the birds, or even just like split shots on the birds?
It's not even focus. Like, they died to one Anchor Smash with Elder Titan nearby.
No, well, here's the thing. I mean, okay, you use your Anchor Smash on the birds, which, if they hand the goal for the Earthshaker, but it's a small ability that will not damage everyone else. And even if it's on the Medusa, that just doesn't even need to right-click, every shot that goes on the bird is a shot that is not going to the other heroes. So, as damage soaker, it's less than ideal. Efficient, definitely not. But hey, you're so much ahead that you can take it.
Also, Earthshaker confirmed Tidehunter.
What?
You said Earthshaker.
Did I say Earthshaker?
You did.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was like, what? It's okay. It's fine. But Aoi, he's working his way towards Eggs. Like,
he ran by a ward though. They know he's down here.
Yeah. I don't know if they can actually dive him though. I mean, how do they kill?
Yeah, the backup is coming. Look at C9 just rushing down the
RP on the
boy.
Oh my god.
My days. Mag, he's kind of stuck here.
Actually, he's arrived. Okay.
And now Aoi, here comes the Ravage.
Wow. BKB, go ahead.
No, they're dead. There's no way they can fight this. The damage coming out from Envy, the Poison Nova from Cloud9, it's just too much. Envy's even going to be able to TP top like straight away after the fact. Looks like he's maybe going to try for something else here. He doesn't have his mask for a couple of seconds though.
I mean, he could solo kill the Medusa with his Mask of Madness and Butterfly if he blinks in and silences him.
He actually has his mana shield on this time. Bone7's going to spot him out and not facing towards him. Very nicely done so far. He's just a little bit too slow. He's not going to get frozen. Ulti is now down, and yeah, he's a goner.
Oh, wait, ow.
Envy started farming in the middle of that, by the way, to start hitting creeps.
Yeah.
Fine.
For Medusa, not going to be creating any effigies in this time. And Fada with a DD room, pressuring bottom as well. Look at how hard he hits. Over 300 damage.
Jesus. And that is so scary right now because we were talking about how VP Polar had the heroes for the mid team fights, but Rider was the crucial hero that needed to get those lassos going. And because he got such an early Blink Dagger and got a single kill out of every one of them, it just was too much for VP Polar to control. And now you have a Medusa, that's detrimental for you because without farm, she's not doing anything. And the rest of the team, once they blow up their cooldowns, there's not much to say.
Yeah, I mean, laning stage looked pretty good for VP Polar, slightly ahead during it, but slightly ahead is not enough. Oh, top. DK4 was really aggressive. They're gonna see Envy sitting around in the jungle. He does not have a BKB, so he's gonna be pretty happy to just back off instead and keep farming.
Yeah, Magnus now has a 4-staff. Maybe that can help him initiate if he gets Poison Sting. Remember that one of those things that are really, really annoying is that if Venomancer has a ward, suddenly bam, you cannot blink for quite a few seconds. So getting the 4-staff is that secondary way to actually get there in the fight as well. Is it going to be enough? Hard to say. I think not, but C9 has lost games that were very, very in control in the past. So
I would actually say that VP Polar's team fight is so strong that if they get one good fight, like we're talking RP into an Earth Splitter, Ravage, stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
If that happens, they will wipe Cloud9, like hands down. The problem is that Fata now has a Blink Dagger, and he's going to be level 16 soon, which basically means that as long as he has wards down and they're not smoked, that they can actually just go in with a Poison Nova and you're going to get kills from just the damage that deals alone, so long as you have another outside source like Gale or maybe the Sting, right? So even if you get that going together, you need to actually focus Fata.
That's true. You need to try and get him down, but the thing is, VP Polar, yes, they could win a fight really hard if they land all the AoE, but the more AoE you draft into your team, the less likely it is that you're going to land any of it.
Okay, this is GG smoke right here.
Medusa was forced to use her ulti here on bottom lane. They have some nice vision though of Bone7 right now. VP Polar could maybe get a blink.
No! Shiver, what are you doing? Here comes the force that tried to run away. DK Phobos, does it matter? Not really at all. BKV from Bone7 just gets Mag. Mag cannot pop an RP. An Earth Splitter going there, but doesn't do much. And now it's chasing time. Poison Nova's gonna hit on 3. The swap from Pilot Die saving Fada right there. Everyone is dying. Everyone's going so low. And Bone7 still at full life. Eternal Envy, where are you? Oh, here I am, destroying your base. GG.
Yeah.
Very convincing performance out of Cloud9 in game number 1 versus VP Polar. This is the kind of Cloud9 I think we were kind of expecting to see when they drafted this lineup against VP Classic, but unfortunately they couldn't get the same momentum in that game as they did here.
Exactly, and it seems like C9 in this game were much more aware of what they want to get. Look at how well Pilot Die was zoning out the Tidehunter in the beginning, securing free farm for Envy, getting some levels, and then knowing that we